Following two of the most extraordinary and entirely different home games, the Blues are on the road. Having brushed Barca aside and held out heroically against Arsenal, we return to Elland Road for a fixture that is once again a top-flight affair. Leeds United versus Chelsea under the lights. Cracking atmosphere and hopefully a cracking performance. Daniel Farke's 11 changes by 4. And the back four they started with at City is now a back 3/5, into which come Gabby Goodmanson on the left and Jaka Bijol in the middle. He's a big fella, as are Stack and Calvert-Lewin, who are the other two to come in. No question, it is a big physical side that the under-fire Farke. Well, the 11 changes by 5, and we expected that would happen regardless of the Arsenal heroics. Hero-in-chief Reece James, one of those dropping out, plus Gusto, Fofana, Neto and the suspended Caicedo. So Tosin and Badiashile are paired at the back. Andre Santos starts in the Caicedo role. There's Gittins out wide and there's Delap up top. In comes the corner, in goes the ball. Jaka Bijol, near post run and glancing header, and they have made that fast start count. Leeds 1, Chelsea 0.
Well, we'll have to see exactly who's meant to be picking him up, but what I can say is it's a brilliant delivery. The trajectory on it, the pace on it whipped in, and the timing of the run is first class. And Sanchez gets maybe both hands to it, but it's a fierce header.
Well, let's see now the Bijol run. Same quadrant for Anton Stack. As he delivers another corner, Bijol does make that run. This one's a bit deeper, there's a free header! Free header for Pascal Struijk. At the very least, he should have put it on target. Here comes Stack again. And Tanaka. Thankfully, it's an absolutely pathetic shot in a really good position. Here's Cucurella again. Andre Santos. Estevao wants it and gets it, and he's got Goodmanson one-on-one here. And he's gone for a spectacular one. And yeah, it took a nick on the way through.
Goodmanson showing him in field and little Nick taking it wide of the upright, but I think he's recognised that he's not going to go on the outside, Estevao, and Goodmanson's probably going to be favourite.
Forward by Struijk to Calvert-Lewin. One back well by Estevao. João Pedro sliding it through. Big chance for Delap, or should I say half a chance. He had to go with no backlift. Went for the little pokey flick. He's seemingly been caught as well. Didn't have time to pull the trigger firmly here, Liam Delap.
Pedro's best moment by a distance. Through Rodon and Struijk perfectly, and I don't know why he's opted to go for that little flick.
Bogle pops it forward. What a goal, Tanaka. Leeds have scored early and late in this first half at Elland Road, and a little problem has become a big one for Chelsea.
Cute little pass into Tanaka, and when he finds his range on that occasion and some, what a strike. Whistling past the goalkeeper. You knew as soon as he struck it that Sanchez was going to be grasping at thin air.
Cucurella high and wide. Even he's been a bit off tonight. And that never happens these days. Gittins, that's more like it. Plenty in the middle. Neto must score, does score, game on. Instant dividend from the substitutions. Bodies in the box. Pedro Neto is having his best goal-scoring season of his career. And he's got a big one here, straight after coming on.
Yeah, it was the pass, I think, here, just drew Bogle in, and it allowed Gittins to go beyond him. Brilliant play from him, dug out an excellent ball, and Fernandez is well marshalled by Struijk, but they lost sight of Neto on the far post. can't react in time. Goodmanson to apply the pressure. The touch is really good. Then it's a snapshot. Great touch. Fizzes it into the near post and can't get that left arm up, Perry. Excellent finish. Gusto's position here, so he's in there with Andre Santos. Space opening up again here.
DeLapp for 2-2. Wrong side of that post this time.
Yeah, another good chance for him, and look at the space for Joao Pedro. All of a sudden, that touch just took him a little wide, slightly under his feet as well. Yeah, no great angle to realistically score from.
Physical stuff, Elland Road loving that. Calvert-Lewin is there, Nmecha is there, Tanaka's there again, and Nmecha's roofed it. Hang on. Leeds do not lead by 2 again, at least not for now, they don't.
Yeah, it must be for someone straying into an offside position.
Perhaps at the beginning of it. Let's hope. Let's hope. He's off.
Yeah, both
They're
offside.
both off.
Yeah, both offside. A lot going on there. A lot of collisions, wasn't there? A lot of players wanting fouls. Nothing's in dispute about that finish, though. What a finish that is.
Week by week, you feel Pedro Neto is becoming a more and more important player. Joao Pedro into DeLapp. But they're getting sights of goal, him included. Garnacho's got the better of Bogle. Palmer! Oh, that was teed up to be the moment. Bogle done just like he was by Gittins. Cole Palmer walking onto those like Brentford, like Bayern, and you just think it's in.
That's incredible movement as well. Drops a shoulder, does Gruev, all ends up, and there's not much to go out there. That's all I'll say. Look, has to be really whipped, wrap his left foot around it to feed it into the near post. Can't quite execute it.
Gusto's challenge was legal. Goodness me, oh, you're joking. You are joking! Self-inflicted wound. Leeds have their 2-goal lead back. Just when you thought, if anyone's scoring the next goal in this game, it's Chelsea. That is an absolute mess. 3-1. Calvert-Lewin looking for Nmecha's replacement here. Okafor, Goodmanson. Fernandez with time to find a teammate. Puts it into a dangerous area. Rodon's clearance. Curious one. To Neto. Looks as if his efforts might be in vain. Unless. Tough. Head of that. Coming backwards from Mark Gear. Bloody in there, scrapping for Pedro Neto to try and find. And that would have had to have been a true worldie. Well, they were roaring right at the start and they're roaring at the end. Big win for him and his club, but not for the first time. It is a painful and subpar defeat for Chelsea at Elland Road, a Chelsea team that arrived as a firm favourite. Better after the break, certainly, but not sufficiently better. They had their moments. They also had a lot of help. A much-changed Chelsea side, and in truth, a well-beaten Chelsea side is going home tail between legs tonight. Leeds United winners by 3-1.